seem to shake you.
That's right. And we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Before I go ahead and introduce who I got, DAZN in the building. Before we get to that, I'm going to go ahead and get to some formalities. Gracias, all the day oneers. Gracias, everyone in the members only. You already know who you are. I'll be seeing the members only at the Content Creators Series of Fighting. Gente, a lot of people ask me, how do I get in? How do I get in? The easiest way to get in is join the members only. That's all it is. I don't know what it is, $7, $5. You know what I mean? Because that is who, come on now, the backbone of the community, man. So shout out to them. Also, I want to give a shout out to, before we go, I already see my brother Mark's in the building. I already see him. He's ready to go. He's about to tell us about some Shakur Stevenson, some Oscar De La Hoya, some Julio Cesar Chavez. Hold on, cabron. Two conversations I had this morning that I want to give a shout out to each and every single respective gentleman. The first one, G Code with Sambo. I want to say it, and I want to say it in the right order. Man of God, family man, and solid since day one. So I want to give a shout out to G Code with Sambo, and then the second conversation with Julio Gold Toes. I want to give a shout out to Gold Toes. Both of those gentlemen right there are on the same push as I am, as we are here, the gente on Chicano Tube, which is unity of the raza, which is leveling the people up, which is making us better than we were yesterday. And the youngsters might say, oh, that's the older heads because they're older. They're older. Yeah, we're older, but been through some shit. Older and been through some shit. Just listen or stare at the walls. Whatever you want to do. So shout out to both of those gentlemen right there. G Sambo's doing great work in Houston. He's in Houston over there, the rubbing elbows con el mayor. O sea, making those kind of moves because he's going back to the community. And I'm telling you, there's a people that are going back to the community that came from the community, or like myself and still am in the community and doing the most good. And the same thing with Julio Gold Toes. So shout out to Gold Toes. Yeah, we'll take it from here, cabron. I appreciate you guys more than you know. More than you know. All right, back on Chicano Tube. Here we are. The content creator series of fighting is kicking off. It's kicking off very, very soon, within a couple weeks. And I had to bring in the A team. I had to bring in the best of the best, undoubtedly. There couldn't be nothing less than what, because my name's behind it. Let's keep that real, because my name's behind it. Nothing but the best commentators, analysts who we got, DAZN in the building. And everyone, I want to give a shout out to, let me get some fight updates también. I want to give a shout out to the video crew, the audio crew, the lighting crew, everyone that's already, the Aztec dancers, the war drums. I mean, everything. Shout out to everyone that's putting this together, because this merits it, cabron. I'm excited to see two Mexicans get in the ring. You already know what happens, Mark, when there's two Mexicans inside the ring. Okay, enough. Let me introduce Mark Salinas from Texas, DAZN. Amigo, ¿cómo estás?
Good. Thank you for having me on.
Okay,
Thank
got
you.
it.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
no
saw that.
problem.
I saw that. Thank you guys for having me on, man. Thank you very much. Big fan of the shows. Good friend
Well,
of Mike here.
so we've done a video or two about boxing already before, which is
Yes,
putazos, which is chingazos. I call them chingazos. You like to call them putazos.
exactly. Putazos y pendejadas is the show. We have a show weekly talking about boxing, upcoming fights, boxing recaps, what's going on in the news. We also travel and cover fights as well with the Zone, with Top Rank, myself, along with my partner David De Leon from Manhattan, the Manhattan Mexicano. David, who's out there watching right now. How you doing?
That's right. David De Leon. Shout out to you, cabron. See you soon.
Yeah. He's pretty much the backbone of our channel here, making everything happen with the videos and editing and all that, coming up with the scripts, and together we're a real good team. We like to get out there to local fights, big fights. We've been working with the Zone, we've been working with Top Rank, ESPN, you name it. We've been out there.
Okay. Slow down. Let's get to that. You can't just say that, you know what I mean, right at the beginning. That's like a pinnacle climax. Hold on, cabron. So shout out to David De Leon. Shout out to you. And then, without saying it right now, we're also going to give a shout out to another hermano of mine who I had the privilege to ring announce one of his fights already, which is my brother Ed, the Cholo Trucker. We're going to go ahead and mention and give him his propers también in his due
Absolutely.
time. So ESPN Top Rank does. Okay, got it. Well, we're going to get to that. That's the success story. Now let's get into some meat and potatoes. We have two individuals getting ready to fight. I talked to both of them just today. I touched down with both of them. They know every single move along the way. I don't bog them down with that because I really want them to focus on one thing only, which is training camp. I told them don't focus on anything else, just training camp. We got one, Tony from Stories Written by Current Prisoner. And then we have another gentleman by the goings of EBK Family on YouTube. What do you know about each of these individuals?
Actually, I did speak with EBK, I believe, on Saturday. I was sending him some clips of my work over the weekend. We had a couple of words. Don't know him too well, but I've heard he does have a lot of street fighting credential there. He's a dangerous individual, I hear. He's a boxer that's low center of gravity. He's a big guy. more of a banger. I know the other guy, Tony, he's taller, he's a little bit more lanky, he's got long arms, he's more of a boxer, stand up type of fighter, go back kind of box, uses his reach. I know them both pretty well. I don't follow Tony's channel that much. I've heard of some of his channel, I've gone on there, but I am a regular
Okay. Okay.
on EBK.
Okay. Got it. And so I spoke with both of them today. So he probably was shot. Ahí está starstruck getting your call. A la Whoa, the zone call. Did it come out on the it came out on the phone caller ID? The zone, the zone, the zone. Gente, anyone, if the zone calls you on your phone, pick the phone up. Do yourself the favor and pick the phone up. We made it this far. I know a lot of people are like, they're tripping. They're like, whoa, on content creator series of fighting, we're getting the A team. Yes, we're getting there, but it's not us, it's God. It's because God is good and we are not. And here it is. You know, you have a passion, cabron. And I'm sure what happened in your life is your passion just manifested
Absolutely, yeah.
into where
Yeah,
you're
for
in
sure.
Texas, you're in the state of Texas. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to all my Tejanos out there. So shout out to Texas. There's a lot of raza chicanos in Texas. A lot of people think I was Tejano because there's a huge family. Did you ever hear of the Diaz family in Salinas?
Yeah, yeah, you guys are, but there's a lot of you. Salinas has traditionally huge families, seven, eight, nine, 10, 12 brothers. Yeah. The Diaz
Yeah,
brothers, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So a lot of people, but their family there is from Texas.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
so ellos
they,
from the Texas. So shout out to Texas again. G Sambo, G code was Sambo. I appreciate you, Carnal, from Texas. They thought I was there, and I said no. Everyone would always ask me that, so I got that question for years and years and years, related to him, and I said no. I do know of them. Their family's Texas. My father is from Michoacan. Was from Cualcoman,
mhm.
Michoacan. So that's exactly what it is there. So yo
So
soy mexicano.
A lot of Texas families, the Diaz family as well, large family in South Texas, traveled over to Northern California and back as migrants working in the fields.
That's right. That's right, cabrón. So let's get back to the fight, man, because a lot of people comment all the time. Mikey, get back to it. You're digressing. This fight, we have an orthodox versus an unorthodox fighter. Orthodox being Tony Stories. He got a left hand that's a straight down the pipe left hand. And then you got a orthodox fighter like EBK. I should have provided you the tail of the tape. My bad, cabron. But there's a couple inches in height difference, and the weight is
Yes.
not that much off. Um, I think it's going to be fireworks if they train properly and go into this fight. What are the keys to victory for each one? What do you think?
I think EBK is a smaller individual and he's wider. I think what he needs to do is box and find his way into the inside. He's gonna face, some danger getting into the inside, but he needs to work his way into the inside and bang on Tony, not let Tony use that big reach and box him from the outside. He needs to somehow work his way in there, bang, 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 and hopefully wear him down. That's what EBK needs to do. Those are his keys to victory. Get inside somehow, avoid the danger getting inside. Don't get clipped getting inside. Bang, 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 bang on the body. Work him down. Maybe later on, knock him out.
Okay, so so you're saying for EBK to wear him down, what you're saying he's going to have to take them into later rounds.
He's gonna have to take him into later rounds. Get in there
So
and make
how do
it
you do
dirty.
that? How do you do that without any boxing experience, amateur or pro? There's ways to do it, but what's Mark's advice if he's your cornerman to EBK?
Honestly, he's gonna need to run a lot, run a lot. Get any look if you don't have any experience. I don't know how much experience Tony has. EBK doesn't have too much experience. I hear. If you don't have too much experience, get the basic, maybe 4 or 5 punches down and run, 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 run. Because you and I both know whoever gets tired first is gonna lose. Whoever can't have their hands up is gonna lose. So yeah, absolutely. Run, run, run. Get the most conditioning you can in. Whoever doesn't get tired will be the winner.
Cabron, and I have to be unbiased. You know what I mean? It's because again, I'm promoting it, so it's my name is behind it, so I'm gonna be unbiased. But if I could be a cornerman, I could probably possibly give some advice, right? If I were on EBK's corner, say, the way to chop them down like a tree is to get into the later rounds. There's a lot of energy management that needs to take place. So it's like I've seen people even in the hood. Let's just keep it real. Even in the hood, they got 5 people starting to. This is the same composure that EBK, and this is gonna sound hood. This is gonna sound hood. This is the same composure how EBK has to take it. There's some people I've seen that just get surrounded by 5 people, and guess what they do? They start smiling. O sea, composure automatically kicks in. The situation's already happening. Me worrying is just going to waste more energy. Now I got to be strategic with it. It has to be that kind of energy throughout the fight. If you're saying he needs to go into later rounds to just keep landing shots where maybe he falls like a pinchy sack of papas. Who knows? That's what I would
Yeah.
say. But keys the victory before we go anywhere else. Stories written by a current prisoner. What do you think?
Now, stories can use his height. I think he needs to use his height. Um, Allah, nobody's Muhammad Ali, right? But most people know who he is. So let's use him as an example. A taller fighter, keep his chin up, go outside, use his arm length. I saw the press conference. His arm length is really, really long, so he can punch from the outside, keep EBK out with his jab. You say he's got a left, keep that left out there, use that jab all night long. And like you said, conserve energy. If you're popping that jab out all night long and just stepping back and holding him, you will conserve energy and just wait for moments to start clipping him.
Chingado, man. Hey, and
And
both
he'll know
fighters,
the moments. He'll know
those
the
are the
moments.
yeah, you'll know the moment, right? I guess it's
Yeah.
composure is a lot. I'm trying to, you see, when you have no boxing experience, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Hmm.
It's like this is what I think you have to do with absolutely no boxing experience way is do what you've already been doing, but do it a whole lot better.
Another thing I think both of them really need to, both of these guys need to consider since they're not boxers. Whatever your plan is, get off first. Get off first because it throws the other guy out, man. Get off first.
He's saying,
And
well, Mark is saying
both of
disrupt
these guys
timing.
don't. Yeah, or as EBK and Tony sometimes say, take flight. That's a California thing.
They
Huh? Take flight.
he
Quick,
said it
man.
right
You
there.
gotta go. Take flight. Get your plan going. As they say, get decidido. Decide what you're gonna do. Get in there and do it. Be first, because whoever's first may win. May win.
Someone said he who strikes first strikes last.
I'll tell you what, I saw the press conference. I don't think any of these guys are going to have jitters. I've been to press conference after press conference. These guys both look stoic. They had stone cold faces. I don't think they're going to be any jitters or any, sometimes these fighters, they're young. They get in there, como que se cagan, they get scared, and then they forget everything, right? This is not going to happen with these two guys. These two guys have that look in their eye, like they're not going to be worried about it. They're going to go in there and bang and get the job done.
So you're
These two
saying
guys,
with no boxing experience, it looks like there's
I
going to be no
I
green
don't
in
think
anybody
no, you know how it is, man. These fighters get
because
in
the
there for the
cameras are
first time and
rolling.
then
I know.
whoa. I don't think these guys are gonna be worried. These guys are on camera all the time, and these guys got an attitude. Uh disculpen, pero
Son
les
chicanos.
vale,
Sale el
son,
chicano de
son,
ellos.
yeah, son vale madres. Les vale madre. They're gonna go in there and they're gonna get down. I don't see us having a bad fight. Son vale madres, both of them. They look like they're gonna get down.
See, that's the
I'm
difference
going to
between
say,
California and Texas. Then even the lingo is different. I was gonna
sí,
say
son
son
vale
chica.
madres los dos. Los dos son vale madres. You can tell, man, these guys, the way they were looking at each other too, man, it looks like something is there. I don't know. To me, there he is. Yeah, what is he saying? I'm going
I'm going to be in
to
his comfort zone. Trust me. I send mines to everyone here off the tops. I'm gonna be in his comfort zone.
I've been at a lot of press conferences. These guys, the way they looked at each other, man, looks like something is there. They were trying to be respectful. They were trying to be nice, but it blows up, man. It
Hey,
blows
you
up.
know what? Real quick, let me give you some behind the scenes right here because this is a great video. We're coming up on the fight. I'm super pumped. I'm super jacked, excited. I got the A team. Mark from Houston, DAZN is in the casa. His commentary team is gonna be there, and we'll talk about Cholo Trucker right now, okay? Because I want to go ahead and make that a surprise. The people are like, "What? He's been mentioning the brother?" Yes, he's been mentioning the brother. Hold on, hold on. But I'm super pumped for this pinchi pelea. The video team at the press conference, cabron, I had the best video team money can buy. O sea, to talk to these cabrones is like 6 racks. And then for them to book you is probably another 6. And then the
Hmm.
photographer, the same thing. So they're friends and friends. They're the upper level, best of the best. Because again, my name's behind it. They were tripping out at the press conference because they were shouting, but there was some static and some friction there. You're right. Estos dos
In
son
the
vale madres.
background.
Son vale madres. Their teams almost got into it at the press conference.
Oh.
A lot of people don't know. Of course, I'm not going to release that footage. I'll let EBK or
I
Tony.
didn't get. I only saw it like everybody else, but they. I heard at the end a little bit of shouting, but
Okay, I'll let them on their respective channels put that out there because there was already some animosity. There's already a storyline right here. You know what I told both of them? I said, let's do some walking music. How about just get a local artist from your area to rep your team on a rap song, and at least it's not copyrighted, and you could walk into your música. We'll have EBK, because he's from Watsonville. Did you know he's from the 831?
yeah, yeah, I did. I follow his show. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So he's from Watsonville. There's a lot of upcoming rappers. I follow a few IG pages. And then we got Tony. Well, a lot of people don't know the origins of Tony, but there's things out there that he broadcasts somewhere. I don't know if it's SoCal, he could be in Arizona, New Mexico. I don't know. But if he puts a post out there and we get that song, guess what? That song is gonna help you out, whatever artist it is. So if you want to send a song for the entrance, send it over to chicanotubraza@gmail.com. I'm going to say it again. That's chicanotubraza@gmail.com. And just put in the subject line track for Team EBK or put track for Team Stories written by a current prisoner. Oh, that's right. So speaking of him, guess who we got over here? So let me continue the dialogue then with Mark from DAZN, Houston, Texas, who's coming out to the fight. Can't wait to call it. Mark, you know what? Go ahead and now I think it's appropriate time. Let us know who's going to be at the commentary table. Who's going to be sitting there calling the shots? As far as we know to this minute, I mean, things could change. We don't know. Things could change, but who would be your right-hand commentator? Who's the A team? Let me know. Who do you rock with?
PYP Boxing, myself and David always have worked well with Cholo Trucker from Los Tres Chingones, that whole team. Let me tell you something. PYP y Los Tres Chingones have been working together, collabing for the last few months. You put that together. You put me and Cholo Trucker together. Thank you for that. But yeah, we've been working together and we're very comfortable. Myself and David working with Cholo Trucker, it'd be great.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. So let's put that out there, man. Cholo Trucker. Okay, he wants to be in attendance. Now he has
Listen,
great. Tell me.
he's a great color commentator. Great. Great.
Yes,
I've
so
been with him. He's awesome.
that's right, my brother. It's because I'm over here typing and shit.
No, hombre,
Pinches
está
Chicano,
desgraciado. El
Chicanos
vato está
can't chew
desgraciado.
gum.
That guy is great at what he does. I'm a nice compliment to Cholo Trucker, but Cholo Trucker, he's the man, man. The play by play. I'm a little color commentary, jokester key in the side. My buddy David también breaks it down. These two guys are talented individuals. I'm just usually giving them layups about here.
We got the keys to victory. We got the tail of the tape we talked about. Let's talk gloves. A lot of people ask about guantes. Every fight that I'm gonna put on, cabron, it's their open weight, catch weight fight, whatever you want to call it. They're all exhibitions. I mean, to be honest. But as far as the weight,
Yeah,
I'm not concerned. If they say they're gonna run it, they're gonna run it, and that's it, or don't say it, or because if you're not gonna pull up, don't, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
as far as guantes goes, they're heavies. They're heavies. So I say the least amount of cotton we can go. What do you recommend?
Man, since these guys are barely starting out, I would recommend 16 ounces.
And what's the
14.
logic? What's their logic behind that?
I mean, they haven't been hit constantly like real boxers. I'm not trying to say that they're not real boxers or anything, but these guys, boxers, get punched in the face every single day, day in, day out. Then when they go, gloves are a little bit smaller. I mean, it's an amateur fight. It's not an amateur fight. It's an
Exhibition.
exhibition fight. I would go with 14, 16-ounce gloves. Let's not get anybody too hurt.
And the people want to know what's the smallest glove they can use. I looked it up. Did you ever have like a pinchy did you ever referee for the amateurs or do anything like in the amateurs and anything like that?
No, but I did spar and train at a lot of boxing gyms and helped out and sponsored a lot of little kids in USA
That's
boxing. And
right.
I went with them and part of their team, but I never got involved in judging or anything. We did. Me and David one time did promote a fight. We promoted Regis Prograis' first fight. We did his debut. Regis Prograis, who
Nice.
just fought in San Francisco for a heavyweight title, middleweight title.
Nice. So, the reason I say that is, I fought first, but then ended up getting the referee, USA boxing license, and then the coaching one. I ended up getting all three. I had all three at one point. Right now, the only one I've been renewing is the coaching. Um, and
I had
so,
a corner's license,
oh,
but
yeah,
for
yeah,
pros,
same thing.
for
Okay,
pros,
okay, yeah, same thing. And everyone's under USA, so
yeah.
there's only one umbrella. It's not confusing. So, anyways, the reason I say that is because you have to study, you have to read these rules and know all this stuff. So I know exactly what to go to when it came to exhibitions because El Cabron, ese güero, el Jake Paul, or one of those Pauls, he's like the godfather of these pinchy exhibitions. When he started
Hmm.
calling out when these veterano, old retired, ex world champions wanted a paycheck, they started doing what some people were calling celebrity fights. But
Right.
celebrity fights fall under the category of exhibition. That's it. And there's no sanctioning bodies. There's a lot of underground coaches, call them smokers, whatever you want to call it. There are, though, some guidelines. And the smallest they can have, I looked it up, the smallest they can have is actually 10. So you can go 10, you can go 12, you can 14. Even to me, I always thought, cabron, and I know you're talking about damage and getting hurt, and we'll get to that. Hold on,
These are
because
big guys.
these are, yeah, but eso todos somos mexicanos, so you know what I mean. So acá, is huevos, it's huevos. So, anyways, plus their arms getting tired.
If it's up to them too, I'm sure they're going to go for the lowest possible, but I would recommend 16, 14. I'm sure they're going to want to use uh, the lowest possible.
That's right. Exactly, because getting their arms tired again. So we can actually go as low as 10. I would prefer, but that's a lot of padding. I mean, think about an ounce. An ounce is like, like a third of your fist or half of your fist. I mean, no tengo manotas yo, but and
Yeah.
then so two, and I'm thinking like, ounces. So imagine like 10 of them on top of your knuckles. So it's like, how much padding do we want to put if I really want to give you a chingazo? We're going to go with the smallest gloves, but they are going to be competition USA gloves. So make sure
Okay.
we do things right. Yeah, we're going to have the competition USA gloves. A lot of people asked about headgear. What do you think about headgear?
Um, are they going to require them to have it if
No,
it's an exhibition?
no.
You could have something where you went with no headgear and higher ounces of gloves. You could do a
Mm.
combination. Uh,
Mark,
what would
stop
you
being conservative on this, cabron. We want to see blood. We want to see someone drop. We want to see someone hit the ground.
Yeah,
Stop
I
being
would say no
conservative. I'm
headgear.
just
Now,
kidding.
no headgear. But how is
He's
Tony
concerned.
gonna do it?
Mark is concerned over here about bylaws and lawsuits, and that's what we have insurance companies and liability
Now, how
waivers.
how is
Yes.
Tony gonna do it without with the mask? So I would say no headgear because I don't know what he's gonna do with the mask. But if he's got a mask and headgear, we're not gonna be able to see anything. So I would say no headgear.
That's an interesting question. We get asked that a lot. We have
Yeah.
a
So
we have an X factor here that the people aren't gonna know until the ring walk. And that's what's going to make it so interesting. A lot of people are going to tune in just for that. And again, gente, we are targeting to get this thing out within a few weeks. Let's go ahead and say that. We're not even putting a month on there yet. It's just a couple more weeks left. So bear with us as we go every single week. Catch me next week on, I forgot, I got the schedule right here. Catch me. Okay, next week we're going to be on Stories Written by a Current Prisoner, the 17th, and then the 24th we'll be on EBK Family's channel. Okay, Mark, now let's make some predictions. This is also some pinche meat and potatoes. People want to know. Content Creator Series of Fighting 1 predictions.
Well, I mean, gosh, I haven't seen any of them fight. I mean, my prediction is going to be EBK just because of the sheer size of him. He looks like a big man. He's a big human being as far as size wise. Uh, Tony does have that length going for him. He's a taller guy, but he's lankier. I don't think he's going to be able to withstand the power of EBK. I've heard stories, man. I've heard that he's tough. So I'm going to go ahead and go with EBK just because he's the bigger guy. I love the cartoon pic with him and looking like He-Man.
And just for the record, commentators, analysts can also give their opinion on their fight prediction because they're there to call the fight live.
I think he's smart. I think he sees it the way I see it. I think he knows he needs to get in there and bang, 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 and he'll finish him off later. And I don't think too deep waters. If he gets in there in the first round and starts getting some body blows in, some action, he could probably take him out in the second round. It's not, I mean, if you're using 10-ounce gloves there, he could do some damage to those ribs early. And then good night, Irene, in the second round. Boss, body, body, body. And then the guy's never going to know it. His elbows just naturally come down. He swoop goes.
I'll tell you this. Tony,
you know how it goes.
Tony from Stories Written by a Current Prisoner started training camp before the press conference. Before we even did, and we did the press conference like right before Halloween. So he's taking it he's very, very seriously. And I know EBK is too. I'm excited just to have this. I mean, just have to be ringside and watch this whole thing come together. Today, actually, I ran into the video team. They were on break from a shoot. I ran into them on lunch. And they're excited as hell también. They said, hey, man, because I've been texting them now for a couple weeks, and they're like, hey, is it those guys that we did the press conference? Are they the ones that are going to fight? And I said, oh, yeah, it's them, the one we did the press conference. He said, oh, man, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
They felt the animosity. What do you get when two Mexicans get in the ring?
You get a war, man, and these two guys are ready for. You can see it in their eyes. You can see none of them were worried. Like I said, they weren't worried at all in the press conference. Both of them were very settled. They felt like they were in their comfort zone. I mean, most guys, you tell them they're going to be in a fight, you kind of just get a little nervous or something like, what? A fight? Me? Why? Or who? These guys were like, yes, let's go. Okay, yeah, for sure. Orale, let's do it. You could tell they look ready. I expect a war. I expect these guys to come out and just go at it, man. I expect Hagler Hearns. Do you remember that? Hagler Hearns?
Yeah, of course.
Tommy Hearns. 3 rounds of brutal, brutal, brutal fighting. That's what I expect because even though I think EBK is going to take it, Tony's going to land some shots. He's going to land some shots because his reach is just there. And he's, EBK is going to take some chingazos coming inside. And he's going to have to withstand those chingazos, get inside, boom, 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 power in the second round, out.
It's going to be a great night. And just to let also the people know, absolutely, we're not going to have any undercards at all. I'm building this whole show around those two fighting. The whole show is going to be around them. We got IG sensation El Gordo Mamon. I want to give a shout out to him. He's also hometown here in Salinas. I want to give a shout out to El Gordo Mamon, who is going to be there. He's a comedian. If the people didn't know, El Gordo Mamon, follow him on IG. He's going to be there, and he's He told me he's going to do a roast session. Those are his words, a roast session to open us up. There's other entertainment también, cabrón. I might as well just say it now because now it's time. It's January, and let's let it all out. The Aztec dancers, man, that are coming from San Jose. Shout out to them. The Aztec team, the drum team. I'm so excited for this pinche pelea, way. I cannot wait. It's going down in February, gente. In February, we will be announcing the hard date. I got Mark Salinas from Houston, DAZN, in the house. Now, let's talk about your work with Top Rank ESPN. If you can sum it up, how has it been so far? How do you see yourself going in the next couple of years with those companies, and where is it going?
I see myself covering boxing with the Zone, Golden Boy, Top Rank. It's been really good. I think I'll be covering them for a while.
So you
The
don't have to be
channel is
exclusive.
growing.
You don't have to be
You
exclusive
don't.
to one.
No, no, no. You don't have to be exclusive. You just have to be invited to the party. Most of these companies, the Zone, Golden Boy, ESPN, Top Rank, when they put out fights, they usually get um, auxiliary media. They get media outside their, own media people to bring in so they can pump it out. So what they do is they give us the opportunity to be there, make our own content, and put it out. Now they're not just going to pick anybody, right? You have to know your boxing. You have to have videos out. You have to have been covering the sport for a while. You go, you put in your applications for credentials with these bigger outlets, and they will eventually come calling to you, especially if it's in your local area. I have 9 shows next year set up with the Zone in Houston. Houston Red Owl Promotions is going to be in Houston for 9 shows. So I locked that one down, and we're going to continue to travel to, Florida. We got 2 shows with Top Rank in Florida. We have another one in New York. Um, and we're traveling around and trying to get boxing out to the people and grow our
That's great,
channel. We're
man.
almost there. We've had a really
That's
successful
great.
year. Thanks to you. You helped us out at the beginning, man. Don't you made this happen.
Man, you know what? God is good. One, two, boxing is just. I teach boxing. Also, if
Yeah.
people didn't know, I'm also a coach. I don't go. I go once a week now. I know I should do more. Just I don't. Man, my time is just so limited. Trying to balance everything, which is Dios, familia, in that order. So, but yes, what I see the best thing about the boxing gym is, um those youngsters that come in from after school. They come out from the middle school, they come out from the high school. Maybe that would have helped me not be a desmadroso, and then
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had a heartaches for a lot of years. But when I see them, and then they want to end up walking, and sometimes I give them rides. I'm like, wait a second, where are you guys going? I got 4 youngsters wearing Ben Davis and Pendletons and
Yeah.
bald heads. Where are you guys going? We're going to Sanborn. No, 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 you're not walking to Sanborn, right? Let me give you a ride. And Salinas, cabron.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I was talking to one of your Salinas natives this weekend, Angel Chavez. He's over there doing really, really big things. Angel Chavez is from Salinas. He's a really, really good kid. Listen, this kid is from Salinas. I talked to him over the weekend. I had a great interview. I don't want to release it all yet, but some of the things he told me is he really wants to change the way people outside of Salinas that don't know Salinas, California, and this is coming from a really young kid. You know Angel, don't you?
I
Uh,
definitely do.
he says he wants to change the way the rest of the state, the rest of the country looks at Salinas. He wants to do something positive and show that something good can come out of there instead of just violence and things like that. He's a guy, he's a good kid from California. He's 7-0, 6 knockouts. He's with a ridiculously good team. This kid landed with an all-star team. He's with Bob Santos, who is 2022 trainer of the year. Bob Santos from
Oh
San
yeah.
Jose. He's trained people with Manny Pacquiao. He's trained with Ghost Guerrero. He's definitely a Hall of Famer. He's with him. He's being managed by his son. He's living in Vegas now. He misses Salinas. He really does. But that's a kid that's going to go far. Yeah, you see them as youngsters and you see them come up as pros. This kid's going to probably be uh, a world title holder. He is with the right people, because you have a lot of good boxers out there, ton of talent, but you have to have the right people in your corner. And let me tell you something, Angel Chavez landed with the best people. The Santos family from San Jose, these are really, really important people in boxing. He landed with a big company.
Man, that's great. You know, I get so pumped up. It makes me feel old. Way I DJ'd for all of those youngsters. Way I
Yeah.
DJ'd for all of them as amateurs. With Angel Chavez, he comes from a family of boxing, cabron. And you know,
Yeah.
a lot of raza had a lot of talent that unfortunately we threw down el tubo and wasted. A lot of us could have been baseball players, football players. We could have did more in the community, man. And but you're right about Salinas, and I'm one of the front liners over here. I was just speaking with Gold Toes about that this morning. I was just speaking with Gold Toes. I said it's a hard message. Talking about unity in Salinas is a very hard message. Unity of the raza is just built in one direction. Why? Because the shit started right here. The
Yeah.
shit started right here. But you know, I go out and about. I'm still in the community, and man, and when I run into gente that are solid like Sambo, Gold Toes, me, you, you
Yeah.
know, our generation of people, we haven't lost that respect, and that's what we build everything off of is respect. That's how we
Yeah.
build it. So I'm big on that. The real ones in Salinas always tell me, "Hey, Mikey, what you're doing is a good thing. That could help my son or my daughter in the future." Now, because they are who they are, that's all I'm going to say. They always tell me, but with me, you already know what it is. And I understand and I get it. But with Salinas, we're turning it all around. Some of us are like Angel Chavez, turning into pro boxers, 7
Hmm.
and 0 with 6 not. I DJ'd for one. It was fight of the year. This was years ago, maybe 7 years ago, or 6 or 5 or something. Angel Chavez in the main event. I just heard the leather flying. Everyone got out of their seats. And because the judges and everything was cool, they went ringside. Fight of the year. You got to talk to him, huh?
Yeah, no, yeah, he was talking to me about that, and yeah, he was very proud of what he did as
In
an
the
amateur.
amateurs.
He remembers that fight. Yeah, he remembers, and yeah, he said it was a really good fight. I forgot the kid's name, but
Oh, that
he
he's
told me
matched up with?
everybody. Yeah. But no, he's got a mindset, man. That's really different. I hadn't uh talked to young boxers that had a mindset like Angels in a while. You know, I asked him about that, and he remembered it, and he acknowledged it, and he said, "All I can tell you about that is I really don't like about talking in the past. I'm a pro. I'm focused on the future." We talked about his amateur career. I mean, he had such great fights. You talked about it, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, I had a illustrious amateur career, but." I don't want to go back there. I'm looking forward. I mean, he is a focused individual. But yeah, I mean, he's training with Hall of Famers, and he's in there with big pros.
That young man
He's
es un asesino.
Listen, he's in there with Benavides's. He's in there with David Morales from Cuba. He's in there with big fighters. Jaime Munguia. He is in there with big time fighters, man. He's a big kid, and
What
the
is he,
love that he
68?
has. Yes, sir.
168?
Yeah, he's a super middleweight, and he's
Chingado. I didn't even
he's
know I guessed it because he all of a sudden muscle mass just came on his frame.
I ran into him the first time in Houston. I talked to him over in Vegas briefly. We're gonna finish it off next week. But man, the love that he has for Salinas is just incredible. The people from Salinas, the love that they have for it, everything about his career is about showing Salinas and showing where it's from, and the passion he has for that city. He wants to do it for that city. He really loves that city. I mean, you could see it in his eyes when he talks about it. He's a serious kid. He's a
Yeah,
really serious kid. he
yeah,
he he's no joke. He's got it, and he's with a serious team, man. He's gonna do some big things.
that's right, man. Shout out to
Well, you know
shout
who's
out to
gonna do
him,
some
brother.
serious things? You know who's
Mm.
gonna do some serious things? Tony and EBK, man. Next month, man. This is gonna get. They're gonna get down, and I'm telling you, I don't know. Shot on Tony. It's just my prediction. I am an analyst. I think EBK is gonna knock him out.
What do you sense about EBK? It's just he looks como like le gusta pelear.
Yeah, man, he likes to get down. Le gusta, güey,
Le
le
gusta
gusta. Y eso,
pelear.
and then the a dangerous guy is un vale verga. A guy that just doesn't care, man. He's gonna go in there and rip your head off. Un vale verga. But Tony's one too. You can see it, man. Le vale madre. And those guys, vale madres, are you guys you run from. You know, that's what you call them here in Texas, vale madres y vale vergas. Those guys, ooh,
That's
les vale los dos. Pero,
right.
it's going to be a great one, man. We're going to see a lot of sacamocos, and I think EBK is going to take it out, man.
I'm excited to get there already. It's happening within the next couple of weeks, gente. We wanted to
You
give you
can't
a
give us
fight.
a prediction. You can't give us a prediction.
I can't.
No, you
I'm
can't.
the
You're the
promoter.
promoter.
Yeah, I'm the promoter. Why? Because they'll play this. They'll play this tape later and say in the
And they're
beginning
going
you
to
were
spin
already
it and
thinking
spin
of.
it and spin it.
I wasn't thinking of anything. You know what I'm thinking of? Of getting to this fight, seeing an exciting fight, and to be completely honest with you, I'm already thinking of announcing the next fight. Yes,
Yeah.
I have already been building up a stable, and this is of peleadores of YouTubers in California, because what we're going to do first, and we're going to go to the Raza states. We're going to be in California for a little bit, building the brand up. And then after that, we're going to take this to the Raza states like Arizona. Oh, we're definitely going to be in Arizona. We're going to go to New Mexico, and we're going to head down to you, cabrón. We're going to be en, primeramente Dios, todos Dios, primeramente con la ayuda de Dios, we'll be in Texas with the content creator series of fighting. And you know what I'm going to
Well,
do
you
right now? I'm going to
you
show
let
you.
us know. You let us know. We have a
I
lot
want to
of
show the
contacts here, and we can
people.
get you settled down here.
I want to show the people if I can. Let me see. I don't even know what's the best layout. Can I show the people? Oops, sorry. I removed. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to remove you real quick. I'm sorry. Maybe you didn't hear me right there, but I was just putting the brand
That
up.
is nice. I saw that. That is
Oh, you
ridiculously
did?
nice, man.
Oh, okay. No,
It
I
looks
appreciate
nice.
it.
That's all
Todos
chromed
Dios.
out.
Todos Dios. You
Wow.
know what I'm going to say. So that's the brand right there. We're going to be in California first, and then we're going to go to Arizona. You know, these YouTubers that just want a quick bag are just going to end up in my inbox. They're going to end up in my DM. I know there's YouTubers in Arizona.
Yep.
I'm just going to need the gente's help. I know. Oh, real quick, before I forget, gracias, gente. I woke up, didn't even know we got to 7K subscribers. I was just talking about 6K the other day. Uh, this is all you. God gets the glory, and thank you for all your help and hitting the like. And I'm hoping to give you more content that you like my brother right here, putazos and pendejadas on YouTube officially, but working with ESPN, Top Rank, DAZN, Analyst Mark Salinas and his team are going to be right now at least the exclusive. They're going to be the exclusive commentators as we go on this ride from California all the way to the Southwest.
Yeah, listen, Cholo Trucker and PYP, Los Tres Chingones, PYP Boxing. We're gonna make it fun for you guys.
That's right. That's right. I appreciate you for coming in. Let's go ahead and give some last words. Well, we got till about 8 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and keep it going. You know what I did? We talked about headgear, but again, exhibition rules. We don't have to have headgear. No headgear. No headgear. I know Mark over there. He's talking like concerned. He's like, okay, concerned. No
These guys
headgear,
are
cabron.
these
No,
guys
it's
are
gonna.
big men. These guys are big human beings.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
can
That's true.
move. They can move each other. I mean, these are
Yeah.
big dudes.
You know what? There was a new YouTube
Boom.
channel that started up. It was called Bakersfield Boxing.
Oh man, I love it. Love it, man.
So
Yeah, yeah.
they're just doing the old school thing in a backyard in Bakersfield, and they just bought a pair of gloves. And they're coming after
Love it.
school, gente that have broncas, and
Now
they're throwing chingazos.
those kids know how to fight. Though some of those kids have really good boxing experience. Yeah, I mean, those kids are experienced boxers who are getting out there. I saw them. I mean, you and I know boxing, man. These kids move around and they look like they know what they're doing. And
They're
wow,
throwing hands on Bakersfield Boxing. So again,
I
because
love it. I love it.
very loosely. For one, it's public, so people could throw chingazos. And Texas is different. Texas has mutual combat. You know that, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So two guys can throw chingazos in Texas, And when the police come, they just say, you know what, this was agreed to, consensual, mutual combat, and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
Well, California
That's
needs that. That's what California needs, because a lot of people
yeah.
just need to blow off steam. And why don't you just let them run it? And we call it mutual combat because, there was a lane change or pinchy turn signal. No, it's crazy over here, huh? It's
Guns are too accessible here. They have to let people fight. So you can pick up a gun at Walmart,
That's right.
vato.
So Platinum Cookie says Mark is worried for Tony. Do you think? Do you think?
I'm not worried for him, but hey, we all get knocked out. But I mean, I'm not worried about him. I think he's gonna lose. But I don't think I'm not worried about him. I mean, I just think EBK's got a lot more experience as far as fighting. I mean, I've heard he's got a lot of fights under his belt in the streets, right? That's what they said in the press conference.
But you know what? This is different though. This is boxing way.
It is boxing, yeah.
This is boxing. So Spanx Contreras says if Tony wears a mask, it's going to get in his way. That's a mystery. Guess what? We're going to
That's what
find that out at the entrance.
that's why, yeah, I'm against the headgear, because if he does come with a mask, I don't want him to be with a mask and the headgear. Something could happen to him. Let's just go ahead. If he's going to use the mask, we'll leave him with the mask, no headgear.
That's going to be a mystery, gente. That's going to be at the grand entrance. I'm so pumped, man, for this one. And then we're announcing number 2, and we're going to keep this thing going, man. This is what the people want. And what I am going to start doing is involving the people in the decisions. So I'm going to start polling this stuff. I'm going to start putting up polls, you guys. That's why it's important to subscribe to the channel. And in the community page is like your news feed, and just be on the lookout so you can hit that poll. And on those posts as well, you can always comment who you would like to see get in there. It doesn't always have to be bad blood. This is content creator series of fighting. They just got to have a following.
Now, how tough has it been putting this together, man? Like I told you, me and David have done some promotions. We had a company called Entertainment about 10, 15 years ago. It's tough to put this stuff together, man. Come out and support this gentleman, because I know right now the work he's putting into it is crazy. Am I right?
Bro, you know what it is? God, for first of all, todos, it's the network, number one. Well, number one, I should say,
Yeah.
is todos Dios. And the network over the years, me and even my wife, we've been blessed to just rub elbows with people in different industries. Now, I've been doing audio and video since 2013.
Hmm.
Me and my wife started one business that led into a second business, and then we consolidated them. And so we've been doing that for a while. So it's just a network. It really all it is. And to be honest, just tell the assistant to do most of the work.
Yeah.
Like for the giveaway, you guys, we did a Christmas giveaway, and I talked to the assistant, gave her some time off. I talked to the assistant. She came back. You guys that won the Christmas giveaway, T-shirts, beanies, gas cards, Chicano flags. She hasn't mailed them out. So they're just good for making coffee. That's all. That's right. Here's
We
the
should have
members right
a.
here. So again, gente, the members only, they know the exclusive perks. They know the access that they have to every single pelea. Yes, a lot of people ask me, how can I be there? The easiest answer for me to tell you is to join the members only. And then you'll find out. It's a big surprise, but you got to join the members only. They know what they got coming. And if any of the members live by the time we do shows in AZ, New Mexico, and Texas, les van a convenir. Now it'll be closer to them. That's right. So last words. We're gonna wrap it up right now at 8:00. What do you got to tell each fighter? Tips, strategies, preparation. We already talked predictions. What do you think is gonna happen? I know you can't wait. There's gonna be there's gonna be some YouTubers already there. I spoke to some already that are gonna be in the crowd. And I think we're going to do some limited seating, gente. So just be on the lookout on the community page. We're going to do some limited seating. I don't ever want to, how can I do a show with, any kind of seating? No, we got to do some limited seating. So you'll go through what you're going to go through if you want to win that. So I'll let it go. Déjame saber si tienes, cabrón, any últimas palabras about this fight.
Yeah, once again, for Tony, he's got to stand up, stand tall, stand back, use that reach, keep him out of distance, keep him arm's length away, And when you see that opening, pop them. And for EBK, get in there, dodge those, dodge those jabs, try to find a way in there and bang, bang, bang to the body and find an opening in the second round. I think if you bang to the body in the first round, in the opening of the second round, faint like you're going to the body and knock them out to the chin. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Mark, what do you think as far as rounds go? Maybe let me leave it up to the people. I don't want to end prematurely.
How
If the
many
people have
rounds
any
are they
questions,
going? How many rounds are they going on the exhibition? I was thinking they were going to go three.
mm-mm. No, we're at least gonna do five.
Five. Didn't you say five in the press conference? Wow, yeah, these whew, they have never been in the ring, right? Both of them.
Yeah, five. And so train for five.
Yeah.
If you train for five, you're sparring 10.
Well, if Tony is true to what he said in the press conference, he was already, training before. He should be okay. Keep training, keep running, EBK. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm not gonna um, not put this out there. I'm concerned about EBK. He had a little bit of a health issue. I hope he's okay there, and I hope that's not hindering his running because I know it was a lung thing. That's why I'm thinking he may want to get this over with early and knock him out in the second. Um, you know, Maybe that is a good thing to think about. Knock him out early and not go in those later rounds because of that issue with the lungs. A little bit concerned about that, but if si viene decidido y viene a enfrentarse duro, I think he can knock him out early. But if it goes into deeper waters, then I'm concerned for EBK.
That's right. And then what about last words? That was kind of like a message to EBK, but what about like for Tony? What do you got to say to him?
Tony, I would definitely use that to my advantage. You already know that you got some type of an issue there. Take them into the deeper waters. Make sure you use that distance. Don't take any chances early. Just keep them at bay until the third, fourth round, and then open up.
Fight predictions right there with Mark from Houston, Texas, the
But
zone. Mark
I do
Salinas,
think EBK has what it takes.
David De Leon, Cholo Trucker, who's already fought on the internet, and he did. I don't know if you saw that fight, but he kicked his ass. He kicked his ass through and through from beginning to the end. And then he came on the channel, I think, right after we rebranded it. Did you see that video?
I did see that video. I'm a big fan of Cholo Trucker y Los Tres Chingones.
That's right, D. So 5 is legit. 5 is going to be the rounds, you guys. Any last questions you got? It's coming up in the next couple weeks. Next Wednesday, gente. That's why you got to subscribe. Next
That
Wednesday.
is that's David right there, D.
Oh, is that David? My
Yeah, I
bad. My
just
bad. Okay, you know what? What David's gonna have to do? He's gonna go to his Google account. Okay, that's what you got to do. Open up Google, the one you open up your YouTube with, cabron, and then go to Google account, and he puts D. Oh, he goes by D.
David. Well, that's just his YouTube moniker. His he's not on our PYP channel.
There it is. What we got to do is we got to put a little logo right there, something right on the app. We'll put a little logo button. But shout out to David De Leon and Cholo Trucker calling the action. I can't wait. It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be epic. There's gonna be a lead up. There's gonna be YouTubers there. There's gonna be oh man, just keep an eye out on the channel. I'll be putting out content, you guys, of what's gonna happen
keep
throughout the show.
keep the camps separated.
We're gonna keep the camp separated. We're gonna have
Keep
them
the
in their own
camps
locker rooms
separated, Singa.
as they're getting taped up. Their camps are gonna be separated. It's going to be
Separated like the huevos divorciados, right down the middle. Ever had some huevos divorciados?
este güey que está diciendo esto. Stories written by current prisoner said, "Much love to all of you, and he'll see you in a couple weeks walking down the entrance." And I don't know, what is he going to wear? Maybe he's going to wear un sarape. Is he going to wear sombrero? Some people go Mexicano out however they want. Oh, as far as shirts go, that's up to each fighter.
This is gonna be a good one, man. I tell you what, I would never want to meet any of these guys in a back alley, buddy. It's gonna be a barn burner. They're gonna two Mexicanos guerra, man. It's gonna, that two Mexicanos chingazos in the ring. It's always gonna happen.
That's right. Rudy Orona says, who's your cornerman stories? That's a good question también. Cornermen are really key. They got good advice. They're the people that are going to give you the adjustments to make in between rounds. Also, people that just look out during the fight and make sure shit is on the up and up and going. These gentlemen, I've spoken to each of them and told them they can have up to 3. They can have up to 3 cornermen. I've seen 3 with different jobs, to do. And so I'll leave that up to them. But cornermen importa mucho. ¿Qué dices?
Absolutely. You have to have a good corner man in there, especially if you get some type of a cut or a little bit of mouse or something like that. You always have somebody, or if you're a little bit buzzed, somebody que te reviva. Um, Also,
Smelling
the
salt? Okay.
yeah, get all no, get everything you need in there, man. Your stool, everything. You have to have quick guys, man. Guys that know what they're doing.
Orale, Snoopy Cortez, same vato that does putazos clothing. Orale, that's probably a different brand. Have you already sold merch? You're already selling merch, cabron?
No, no, no. There's another gentleman that has a Putazos clothing.
Sure.
We're
I'm sure just like
Putazos y Pendejadas. We're only
that's
a media channel.
exactly. We're putazos and
PYP
pendejadas.
boxing, yeah.
Now,
We changed it down to PYP boxing on YouTube. On Instagram, we're still Putazos y Pendejadas. We sell shirts that are Putazos y Pendejadas because the people do love them at the shows. But it's PYP boxing on YouTube.
and for those that are going to be at the show, yes, there's going to be merch being sold there. I got the bad camisas, the security team. They're going to have the brand new logo on the pinchy on the security shirts and stuff like that. So
I
it's gonna
can't wait for the content series, the content creator series of fighting shirts. Those are, I bet they're gonna look nice. I'm waiting for one of those.
I think the first ones that are gonna wear them is a security team. So I already talked
Oh,
to. So
okay.
we got security, and this is just to cover our bases. At the end of the day, we're all grown ass men, and we're gonna go home to our familias, and we're here to provide some great entertainment on YouTube because people love to see chingazos. And when you get your favorite content creators in the ring, who's not gonna want to see that? So I think we're gonna put the
This is a
security
great.
team. Yeah, we're gonna, and then also watchdogs. I got buddies that are just off duty PD, just watching the scene, right? Because here in California, well, I mean, you got to be almost a pinchy PD to be concealed and carry. It's not like Texas over there, cabrón. Ahí te puedes poner.
Aquí puedes ir por huevos, chorizo y un cohete. Can I get some huevos, chorizo, and I need some revenge? Give me a gun.
Stories written by, exactly. They do un
Hey
cañón with
man,
Dirty Harry.
you you can get a you can get a gun without a guns license, but you can't cut hair here without cosmetology license.
Chingado, man. Stories written by current prisoner said, you'll be seeing soon, Rudy. He's talking about his cornerman. Who's going to be his corner? You never know. It could be another YouTuber, a popular YouTuber. It could be another influencer. Someone that knows boxing. That means knows how to also, deal with hand wraps, tapes, like you said, cuts. I mean, you got to
Yeah,
have someone to do that. And the referee will come out a
a
little
little
bit later,
swelling.
and I'll let you guys know exactly who's going to be. It's a seasoned vet. That's who's going to be the referee. I'm not putting it out yet because I don't have that locked, but it's going to be a seasoned vet who's going to be the referee. That's what I'm going to say about that. That's right. Tapping in from Oak Park. That's right. Norte Sacra. Saludos, Mikey, Christine, Homegrown. Shout. That's right. I send mines. I appreciate you. Danking and drinking. That's right, D. That's right. Now I know it's D from PYP. That's what I'm saying. That's what he
Yeah.
got to do. Go make it D from PYP. Put it in the Google account.
Let's go, David.
That's right. Spank says, shout out to both fighters. Stay humble. Remember, it's just a pinchy exhibition fight.
You know who else had an exhibition fight? Ivan Drago and Apollo Creed. Look how that happened. Look what happened there, man.
Jeez,
It
weekly.
was only supposed to be an exhibition.
Way. He had to end the video with that. Remember, guys, that's an exhibition. Was Drago and Apollo ended up pushing daisies. This is what I do know. When you put 2 Mexicanos in there, it's a recipe for fireworks. And that's what it's going to be, man. That's right. We're going to where's the fight taking place so I can get my tickets. Well, I'm going to put something out there for those that are bent on wanting to see it. And, it's not going to be everyone traveling from all over the world. It's going to be very, very limited. Be on the lookout, cabron. I'll put that on the community page on YouTube or somehow or somewhere. Or maybe there'll just be private invitation. I don't know. But we'll take that from there. Spanx, Max, is there going to be tickets sold to see the fight live? Yes. You're going to be able to see the fight live if you want to see the fight live, or if you just want to be around your favorite YouTubers. That'll be available. There will be a few content creators there. Yes, there will. Very respectful, okay? Cabrones, no locos a la chingada. Even though we're having watchdog security and everything that we're having there, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. So that's what I'm going to be doing, walking around the ring, cabron. D said, Richard Steele. Who's that? I know. Let's read the last comments. Who's Richard Steele?
He's a professional boxing comment. He did. I think he did Ryan's last fight. Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan Garcia. He's a Golden Boy guy.
Chingado. I was gonna speak about Ryan Garcia on Friday night, which is an open live that I do every Friday night. Well, like this one, but now we're using Wednesdays. This month is gonna be Wednesday, all fight content. But did you hear that he announced his son, the baby boy, on IG, and then 3-4 hours later makes an official announcement for divorce? I thought that was a little bit off. I thought when Ryan Garcia started getting tattooed all over the place, he didn't seem like he was, like you said, Angel Chavez was focused.
Nah, he just I don't know what's going on with him. And when you got personal problems like that, it's always all bad. The Andy Ruiz, our first heavyweight Mexican champion, what happened with him puts all that mess on there. I mean, when your head's not right, it's all bad. Charlo's, what happened to Charlo?
Exactly.
Thankfully he pulled out. But when your head's not right, I hope he doesn't fight anytime soon until he gets all this mess out of the way. If he looks bad again, I think his career won't be.
That's right. And we're not going to speak anymore. We'll speak more boxing on putazos and pendejadas. That's where you're going to catch that one. And when you see your boy, when I come on there, we'll make a thumbnail and blast that out to the people. I appreciate your time, cabron. I know you're really, really busy. Mark Salinas, Houston, DAZN, Top Rank, ESPN. He'll be at Content Creator Series of Fighting. Him and his team. I appreciate your time, Way.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
That's right. Shout out David de Leon. Shout out Cholo Trucker. Shout out to all the canales and everyone involved. You guys, we're out on Wednesday night. I'll catch you guys this live Friday night. We got a lot to talk about, other things like we run our regular shows. The most important thing, like I always say, cabrones, like I always end, is the most important thing. In the end, all you got is the memories.